Elizabeth Warren takes no prisoners. I love the way she really calls out the Republicans here, both on Social Security and taxes. Who are the ones that are going to cut Social Securities? Who are the ones that are going to raise taxes on the middle class and the poor again? Check this out, and then we'll take it on the other side.
The new House Republican caucus is determined to hold some sort of hostage standoff with the debt ceiling, where they just threaten all of us, the economy, the full faith and credit of the U.S., a huge financial catastrophe, in order to slash government programs. That's what they say they want. Of course, when you ask them what cuts they want, they tend to get non-specific on the details, though I think we all have our suspicions. Remember, last year, in the lead up to the midterm election, Florida Republican Senator Rick Scott unveiled a new conservative policy plan for the Republicans running to take the Senate, which would sunset all federal legislation, including Social Security Medicare, within 5 years. Back then, Republican Senate Leader Mitch McConnell, who has sounder political instincts, strenuously denied this was part of the Republican agenda, was mad at Scott for releasing it. Fast forward today, and you'll never guess what House Republicans are thinking of going after now. New reporting from the Washington Post says that House Republicans are considering slashing Social Security Medicare as part of the debt ceiling fight. Quote, a group of GOP lawmakers has called for the creation of special panels that might recommend changes to Social Security Medicare. Others in the party have resurfaced more detailed plans to cut costs, including by raising the Social Security retirement age to 70, targeting younger Americans who have yet to obtain federal benefits. Senator Elizabeth Warren is a Democrat of Massachusetts. She just wrote an op-ed for the Boston Globe on the Republican debt ceiling con game, and she joins me now. As a Democratic senator, I can imagine you and the rest of your colleagues are just terrified at the political prospect of Republicans proposing raising the retirement age to 70 and having to go out there and argue to the American people this is a bad idea.
No, not terrified, furious, right? We are ready to go on this. But you know, that really is the heart of it. You've got it exactly right. This is about the Republican vision of who should pay to make this country run versus the Democratic vision. So the Republicans are saying right now, cut benefits, cut spending, drag the economy down, cut Social Security, cut Medicare, put all of that on the table in order to do what? In order to protect the tax breaks for the richest Americans, because the Republicans are not serious about the national debt. And you know how I know that? One is they raised the debt ceiling 3 times while Donald Trump was president. No muss, no fuss, just got it done. But now that they have been elected in the House and in control, the first bill they pass is one that would actually raise the debt ceiling, raise the debt, rather, the national debt, bump into the debt ceiling even harder. And in order to do what? In order to protect millionaire and billionaire tax cheats. They want to reduce even more the likelihood those guys are going to be audited. And then the second thing that they're about to ram through, and they say they're going to do a vote on it, is a 30% nationwide sales tax. Think about that. 30% increase in what it takes to buy groceries, to pay your rent, to buy diapers, to pay for gasoline, car payments, name it all. That's what the Republicans want to do. But here's the deal. What we say as Democrats is, look, we're not going to talk about spending cuts so long as you guys are out here just talking about how to protect the billionaires and the giant corporations. We got a lot of things we could do to stitch up those loopholes, like repeal the Trump tax cuts, do ban the places, tax havens that giant corporations go to, stitch up a loophole that got kicked in the 15% corporate minimum tax. We could create about $1.7 trillion right there. But the Republicans don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about making hardworking families, middle-class families, bear more burden and let the wealthiest and the most well-connected get off with even less. And that's just not right. So look, the Republicans have run this play before. This is no surprise. They did it back in 2011. And they said, we're going to hold the entire nation's economy hostage, the worldwide economy, by not raising the debt ceiling unless you agree to across-the-board spending cuts. What that really turned out to mean is that we were trying to come out of a recession, and it meant we had higher unemployment. We held back the economy. Working families were the ones who bore the burden. And that was where the economy was as we rolled into the 2016 election that resulted in Donald Trump going to the White House. Now, right now, just fast forward 4 years past that, Joe Biden is sitting on a strong economy that has started to work for middle-class families, for working families, and for the Republicans, particularly for Donald Trump. That is a political problem for them. Donald Trump himself has said the reason the red wave didn't occur was that Americans weren't feeling enough pain. But if they can push enough pain on American families over the next 2 years, they believe it will help Republicans and in particular help put Donald Trump in the White House. Democrats are not going to fall for this again.
All right, Elizabeth Warren calls it out. Look, yes, the 30%, they want a 30% sales tax. Guess who that's a tax raise for? Most Americans. She also want to hold the country hostage for the debt ceiling. Yeah, guess what? In other words, hold the country hostage for the debt ceiling, a debt ceiling created by them passing a whole lot of tax breaks to their rich friends, and then drop Social Security so their rich friends don't have to buy or pay for any more taxes. And then, oh, that's right, but they're still going to be lending money to their friends, which are going to be getting interest rates based on, oh, what is the Feds doing again? Oh, the Feds are raising interest rates, which mean all those bonds that we're going to buy now, the rich people are going to buy to solve the debt that's created because they're not paying taxes. They're going to make more money. So they're taking our tax money to pay the interest to the rich people. At the same time, we're getting less. Wow. How long do we accept that these guys are going to continue taking it all from us? We're going to have to get off the wagon. We're going to have to stop believing what they tell us and understand what's happening to us. It is time. We need to elect the right progressives who are going to go out there and not be scared of the labels that people use on you, but take back what is ours. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel. And number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.